Hey friends, it's nice to see you again. Glad you guys stopped by. Welcome to Cooking with Dom. When I was just a little bambino, I remember that my nonna used to cook this wonderful chili. Had all the flavors of the old world. The sweet potatoes, the onions, the fresh bell peppers. So I decided to take that old recipe of hers and put a little modern twist on it. Now, in order to get that classic recipe taste, we need those classic recipe ingredients. Like our carrots, for example, our celery, our onions, or what the Spanish call el cebollos. Let's start with the celery. Now, with the celery, all we're going to need is about 3 to 4 strips. Any good cook knows that celery is like one of the best bases for a hearty dish. All right, you're going to want to slice this up. Let's put those there. First, take off the ends. Then we're just going to want to chop them up. Not too fine, not too thick. Just perfect. This is going to be one tasty dish. Alright, well now that we're done with the celery, of course next, we've got the dynamic duo. The bee's knees, the cream de groove. Of course I mean onions and garlic. You know, over the years, I've really found that no matter where you go in the world, you can always find comfort in this set of ingredients. There's just nothing like it. It's an iconic pair. So we're gonna go ahead and get these chopped up. Now that we're done with these guys, it's time to move on to that modern flair I was talking about. The sweetness of the sweet potatoes, the sweetness of the bell peppers, mixed with the spiciness of the jalapeno, just creates a flavor of explosion that is undescribable. Really turns that classic Nonna recipe and just really So I'm gonna go ahead and get these vegetables chopped up for us. Of course, as you saw, we still got those carrots though. So important, can't forget those. The earthiness, the rugged texture of those carrots just adds such an important element to the recipe. So to shave off some time, I'm gonna have my lovely assistant here, Devon, help me out with those.
Hey Dom, it's great to be here today. Man, I'll tell you, this dish is looking great so far. Really look forward to that modern flair.
It's great to have you, I can't wait. All right, so let's get started on these carrots, shall we?
Yeah, for sure.
A huge favor, and just julienne these up for me real quick.
Of course.
Awesome. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get these potatoes chopped up as well as these bell peppers. So now, before we move on to the bell peppers, I'm going to fill you guys in on a little chef secret. If the recipe ever calls for a green bell pepper what you're gonna wanna do is, before you prep it, is grab it like so, and do one of these. Then, you're gonna wanna grab your red bell pepper, simply remove the stem, and then cut it in half. All right, so as you can see, we've got all our veggies prepped up. Let's check on Devon, see if he's got those carrots for us. Devon, you got those carrots? Perfect. Let me check them out.
Yeah?
I said chewy.
Yeah, Julian. Yeah, the strips.
No. I said Julian, like dice, like fucking cube.
No.
What? Go ahead.
Julian,
No, shut the fuck up, because I meant diced cube. Everyone knows what that fucking means. Dude, I have so much riding on this pilot, I let you fucking come on and you're just gonna fuck it up? Are you, are you a fucking idiot? No, fuck it. This isn't fucking... So unfortunately, Devon had to run, but that's okay, because he did a fantastic job whipping up these julienne carrots. I can't wait to get this all together, it's gonna be great. Now, last but not least, is the creme de fraiche of the whole recipe, the ground turkey. Let's get that seared up and get everything in a crock pot ready to go. Alright, well, as you can see, we got this bad boy all squared away. So now all we have to do is just hang out for 8 hours and come back to a nice, tasty meal. I can smell it already. So here we are, 8 hours later. That chili's finally finished and it's looking great. I went ahead and put in some storage containers because, we're going to be eating for a little while here. I also cooked up some brown rice. So what I like to do when I serve this dish is take a little bit of brown rice, like so, and 2-3 scoops. All right, however you like it. And then take a scoop of the chili, serve it over that nice bed. I'm gonna go for 2 scoops. Feel a little frisky. All right, perfect. That looks so good. Now to top it off, just a little bit of cilantro. How good does that look? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get grubbing. So I'm gonna thank you for watching another episode of Cooking with Dom, and I hope I see you guys next time.